Hey students, me again. We're now on to 2.6 subtraction equations. Please write down the objective like you normally would. Learn to solve whole number subtraction equations. The substitute should pause the video now so you have a chance to write that in your notebook. Okay, we're now on to the warm-ups for the subtraction equations. And addition and subtraction are inverse operations, just like multiplication and division are. So apply that thought process from the last section to these warm-ups, and you can start off on the right foot. The substitute should now pause the video so you have a chance to do these on your whiteboard. Okay, now that you've had a chance to do these, the answer number 1 should be 15, number 2, 87, number 3, 7, number 4, 19. I believe you should have gotten all of those correct after last section. Let's move on to the problem of the day. Okay. For this one, remember, problem of the day, word problems in general, you can draw the setups to make sure you're doing them correctly and thinking of them in the correct way. So go ahead and do that for this one if you need to. The substitute should now pause the video so you have a chance to do this. Okay, now that you've had a chance to do this, let's look at the correct answer. The correct answer should have been 81. Give yourself a pat on the back if you got that right. Like we already put in your notes, today's objective is learn to solve whole number subtraction equations. Let's now do a word problem for this. When Theodore Roosevelt became president of the United States, he was 42 years old. He was 27 years younger than Ronald Reagan was when Reagan became president. How old was Reagan when he became president? So we're going to set this up so we can understand the problem. We want to figure out how old Ronald Reagan was when he became president. So we're going to let A represent his age, and we're going to subtract Theodore Roosevelt's age difference because he was 27 years younger, and put that equal to Theodore Roosevelt's age. And now we're going to just continue to solve this problem as a algebraic expression. A minus 27 equals 42. So how do we undo subtraction? Well, we do addition, just the opposite of what we just did. So we need to add 27 to both sides. We find out that A should be 69, and Ronald Reagan was 69 years old when he became president. Remember, we need those units on that number. Okay, let's try another example. We have the algebraic expression y minus 23 equals 39. And how do we undo subtraction? We do addition. So we're going to add 23 to both sides, and we get y equals 62. You can, again, check your work like you did in the last section by plugging your answer into the original equation. 62 minus 3 equals 39. Is that true? Yes. You solve it. 39 equals 39, and you're correct. Again, you might find this a little... might take away a bunch of time while you do homework, but might be a good idea to use this on quizzes and tests. Let's do another example. 78 equals s minus 15. Okay, so with every other equation, we want both sides to stay equal. So we need to do the same thing to both sides, meaning you need to add 15 to both sides. So we want to add 15 to the left side and add 15 to the right side. That way we undo the minus 15 with the plus 15, and s will be by itself on the right hand side. Then we take 78 plus 15 and we get 93. And then you can check your work again. Let's do one more, and then you can take the quiz for the end of the section and then get your new homework assignment and begin that. So z minus 3 equals 12. Well, if we subtract 3 and we want to undo that, then we need to add 3, right? So z minus 3 plus 3 is going to just be z, right? And then we do the same thing to both sides of the equation. So 12 plus 3 is 15, and z equals 15. Check your work and go from there. Okay, now on to the lesson quiz. You can just do this on your whiteboards as normal, but really try your best to see if you're understanding how to do this. That way when the substitute goes over the answers, you'll kind of know where you went wrong and what you need to change about what you're doing. Again, you'll be able to ask me questions about this next class period. So remember, we undo subtraction the same way we undo addition. We use the inverse operation. So, you know, if it says x minus 9 equals 21, well, you're going to add 9 to both sides to get x by itself, and you solve from there. And the same applies to all of these. Remember, word problems that have units, of course, the answer needs units. I'm going to go ahead and ask the substitute to pause the video so you have a chance to do this, and then when I return, I will show you the answers. Okay, we're back. Hopefully you had enough time to try all these on your own. Let's look at the correct answers and you can correct your work. So x minus 9 equals 21. Should have added 9 to both sides and got x equals 30. 14 equals x minus 3. We should have added 3 to both sides and found that x equals 17. Number 3. X minus 7 equals 11. We should have added 7 to both sides to find that x equals 18. Number 4 was 16 equals x minus 14. So we should have added 14 to both sides and found x equal to 30. Number 5, x minus 9 equals 11. So we should have added 9 to both sides to find that x equals 20. Susan is taller than James. The difference in their height is 4 inches. James is 62 inches tall. How tall is Susan? Susan would be 66 inches tall because she is taller than James and she is 4 inches taller. Okay, now you should move on to your homework assignment, which the substitute will give you if they haven't already. Thank you.